Had a deep financial crisis. We had macro instability. We had runaway inflation. It's time for us now to come together because we have major issues in our hands. We have a crime epidemic. We have education that's not delivering what we wanted to deliver. We have communities that are not fulfilling their potential. We have to invest in our people, human capital development, social and community transformation. And that's why we're here, Project STAR, to have the same all of Jamaica approach to dealing with the critical issues that we must address as a country. We're at another juncture in our history. Our communities are suffering. Our people are under pressure. This manifests in crime and violence. It's time to come together the same way we came together and we put in place EPA, the Economic Program Oversight.
Are talented to actually grow. For example, look at housing. We can't afford a house. We go to university, we get our degrees, we get crappy jobs at the end of the day. Salary is just useless sometimes, and of course the crime rate in the country is awful. It's something that is just downright out of this world, and doesn't seem to be improving. So definitely I would leave if I had a chance.
I'll leave in Jamaica. Why? Because this is home, yeah. Despite everything, we just need to fix it. We need to stay and fix it. Running away is not going to fix anything. I think we can do to reduce the crime in Jamaica.
Start hang some murder and throw them in a pit. That may have to say, not more. I just want to know what the problem in Jamaica as the government, why I can't get a road. And I don't want to argue and waste time.
Take it as home and tell you can't get up every day on phone, you call an old man. Send this come, send that come. That no make it. No time at all. I tell you, 9 to 5. And all of the youth them get this right. 9 to 5. More policing. Enough more policing. Yes. Okay. As we are taught, no police should all walk past it. Yeah.
It have nothing to do with the crime, really, because them saying it, I mean you forgot to do it. Yeah. Yes, I mean I really have nothing to do with it. I love my kids them for inside. He was and I love chopping. Everybody loves it. Yeah. It didn't have nothing to do with crime. That is greed. That's greed.
The world. I've got a song that lifts my spirit. I find strength in your heart. I've got a song that makes me feel there's no mountain inside.
There is a fundamental and irreconcilable conflict between the interests of the tobacco industry and public policy interests. The tobacco industry, for profit, produces and promotes a product that has been scientifically proven to be highly addictive and causes millions of deaths per year. This is in conflict with the intent of public policies, particularly those related to safeguarding the health and well-being of citizens. In keeping with Jamaica's treaty obligations, the proposed Tobacco Control Act makes provision for the strict regulation of the interaction between public officials and the tobacco industry. Strong tobacco control policies, such as the provisions in the proposed act, will safeguard public health policies and give the next generation a chance to live and breathe easily.
Vibration, yeah. Positive vibration. I am not vibration, yeah. Positive. Got to have a good vibe. I am on vibration, yeah. Vibrate.
Come join the ring. Positive vibration, yeah. Positive. Oh, I'm the song that makes me feel. That makes me I'm the song that makes me feel like I'm invincible. You put a hook on me, but I am hook on trouble. One blood, one blood, one blood. You put a me a soldier man or with a police man. Say you wanna be a one blood, one blood, one blood. No fussing and fighting, tribal war, racial war, cross blood, blood. Mothers fighting daughters every day. Fathers fighting sons, sisters hating sisters. Brothers killing brothers every day. Hey. Positive vibration, yeah. Positive vibration, yeah. Positive, positive. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Oh, let them all pass all this tyranny. The side and look. Ooh, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing? Positive vibration is for freedom. That's all I ever need. Positive vibration, redemption. When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon. I know I've done my best, so I know everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning I rise and stare out. I know it is the blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed so bad. Oh, with my two hands in the air, as far as I can. Oh, as far as I can. Oh, as far as I can. Oh, 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 yeah. I've got a soul that makes me feel right. I'm in the world. Let's get together. Let's get together. Let's get together. Let's get together and be one. Positive vibration, yeah. Positive.
Absolutely amazing. The incomparable Ashe and Invincible and Positive Vibration. What a very powerful way to start this very important conversation about our country this evening. Please give Ashe a resounding round of applause. Good evening, Jamaica. I'm glad that we could all gather here like this. And welcome to our fellow Jamaicans watching at home. And those of you who are joining us on social media, if you are there, whilst you watch, I'm kindly asking that you join in on this very important conversation. And all you have to do is follow us at Project Star J. And all you have to do is follow us at Project Star JA. That's Project Star JA. And please use the hashtag everybody forward. Notice I didn't say forward, but Forward, okay? So it's FAHWUD. Everybody forward. And we're inviting everybody to forward because this is not just about me. It's not just about you, but it's about all of us. I am Miss Kitty, and I'll be your host for this evening. And I tell you, we're in for a wonderful night. So call your friends, call your family members, call every Jamaican that you know who wants to see our country soar, who wants us to do the best that we can. Call them so that they can be glued to their television screens or their phones this evening. Now, we also have Triple X on the line. We have him in the building, and we will be chatting with you throughout the discussion tonight. And I will also be checking in with him for updates to hear exactly what are your thoughts, what are you guys thinking, what do you have to say. Tonight is about all of us putting all hands on deck and remembering that teamwork makes the dream work, and we ought to be working together for the benefit of each other. We can all win. We can all win so that Jamaica, land we love, can continue to win. Now, at heart, as Jamaicans, we're caring, authentic, loving, creative, bold, and we capture and hold the imagination of the world. You don't have to look far. Just look at the World Championships. Everybody follow a hairstyle. Everybody want to eat with yam. Everybody want to come. Everybody want to know what want to jam down. We have a very special spirit that resonates the world over. And if we can harness that to our benefit, then we will be unstoppable. As a country, we will be unbeatable. As a result of our communities, as a result of our attributes, our communities are equally creative. They are resilient, and they are filled with our greatest human potential. So now, make we level with each other a little bit and talk the real things them. You know when Miss Kitty come, we have to talk the real good things them, right? Now, we all know that things in Jamaica right now feel hopeless for many of us. Apathy is very high. We know how sad and upsetting it can be, and some things are just not working right now. In order for things to change, we have to change. Because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the truth is nothing changes if nothing changes. If we continue to do the same things, we will get the same result. And God say no, as God make Moses, enough is enough. We need to do better, and we can do better. Together, we can do better. So the low level of trust in the system is one of the problems that we're having. The systems that have been put in place on which we are supposed to depend. For example, the low level of trust in the police to properly investigate and bring justice to the missing case of, for example, Donna Lee and many other women and children who have been killed, murdered, who have disappeared, been raped. Enough is enough. We're also aware of the long-standing issues in our communities, such as fractured homes that lead to, for example, domestic violence, poor parenting, absent parents, and sometimes parents who have abdicated their responsibilities. Educational gaps that come from uneven quality in schools and lead to a large percentage of unskilled and unqualified community members. Poor infrastructure, poor sanitation, unsafe housing, uncleaned gullies. Real things like lack of opportunities, especially for work. And when I talk about work, I'm not talking about no dibby work. I'm talking about good work where people can get good pay so that they can lead a good quality of life. Another thing plaguing us, the negative mindset and attitude. That not help we and that not gone away. So it's so important that we reevaluate where we are and where we want to be. And we have to take charge to be the agents of change. Let us challenge ourselves to be the blessings that we want to see in our country. Let us challenge ourselves to be the change we want to see in Jamaica. Many times people will say, boy, nothing good no there Jamaica, nothing now go on. But let us ask ourselves, the man and the woman in the mirror, are we contributing to make something go on? What are we doing to better our country? How are we contributing to same? On the one hand, some people are cynical and tired, while others are living it up, full of optimism and hope. Some people worried about them future. Some people still don't see a bright future. Some are looking to leave Jamaica But the truth about it is, some of us don't want to leave, and some of us will never leave, because nowhere no better than yard. Jamaica land we love, the land of wood and water. Some are doing their own thing in their own world. Some are making major contributions to their communities, while some are chop, and them are chop small. But we don't want to chop. We want to chop away the bad mind. We want to chop away the non-ambitious. We want to chop away the laziness. We want to chop away the divisiveness. We want to chop away the envy. We want to chop away the disrespect, the disregard for human life. Others are working tirelessly each day to earn their honest living, to earn their legal living. Some parents are fearful that their children can't make a life in Jamaica and have to leave. Some have given up on Jamaica completely and just said, Jano Star, if Marcus Garvey and none of the Maroons couldn't change this, hello, please, I'm out like Luther on a scooter. Others are still standing for transformation. Most people are unfortunately living in fear. What is the end result, ladies and gentlemen? We're not thriving together as a country. We're not living up to our full potential. We, the Jamaicans gathered here this evening, and you guys at home and on social media, we want to talk about the state of our country. And just like you, we want to fix things. We want to make things right so that Jamaica's future can be brighter than it is now. If we want to enjoy a good quality of life and see more Jamaicans thriving together, we have to change our mindset about what is possible, about how we see each other, how we value ourselves and each other. Our thinking, our behavior, and what we do must shift. Again, we all can win, but nothing changes if nothing changes. Everybody has to join in the conversation about shifting our mindset, our behavior, our actions, so that we can create the Jamaica that we all desire. True? True? Oh, my son, true? Say true word, Miss Kitty. True word. And make sure that I talk the things in our house as well. And ladies and gentlemen, all the parents and guardians at home, please get the children involved, because ultimately the children are our future. And if we are ramp with the picnic them, we are ramp with the future. So get the children involved so that they too can play their part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. Now, let me define mindset for you, because many of us have heard this terminology being thrown around, the mindset, the mindset, the mindset. What is the mindset? What exactly is the mindset? Do you know? What is the mindset? Well, it is the way that we think. It is our attitude, the attitudes that we hold on to about the way we see ourselves and about how we see the world. Now, what are some of the ways of thinking and behavior that don't work and now work, and that's holding us back from realizing our full potential as a country? Well, certain mindset make people say things like, yo, dog, me have to eat a food, you know, me have to eat a food. Well, on the one hand, you might be eating a food, but you're killing off somebody else. You are eating a food, but somebody else are dead for hungry. You want to have rights, but your rights are encroaching on those rights of other people. Some people take their approach like, girl, I'm good. It's not my problem. True, it's all of our problem. Because you know what? If you take that kind of aloof attitude, sooner than later, you may become the target. And let me tell you something, you can't preach to a hungry lion. So you better get off of the self-preservation I ask you know, and make sure we understand that the problem is all of us and we share in all of it. Uptown, downtown, country, round town, the we versus them. Is it us? Is it them? Is it me? Can't take them. Me not like them not like we. Me not like them. But we go back to our motto. Out of many, one people. We are all from the Negroid race. Black and beautiful, black and powerful, and we're all here as Jamaicans to make the difference. Some people take the approach, government must do everything. Hello, please. Really? How so? Ask not what your government can do for you, but let us ask, what can we do for ourselves? What can we do for our communities? How can I be an agent of change to change that mentality that it's all about the handout and the gimme mentality and the getty mentality? How can I give? How can I be of service? How can I lend myself to make Jamaica better, to make my family better, to make my community better? Are we willing to release our individual and collective thinking and behavior that now work for we, that now work? Everybody want bad, everybody bad, and can't but this not gonna away. Bad this not keep. Right now, a life I keep. Good life I keep. Money I keep. Investment I keep. Future I keep. House I keep. Car I keep. Family I keep. Unfortunately, for many, them something they not keep. And so we need to bring everybody in the loop so that we all can share in this future that we want to see. We have an opportunity now to collectively and individually reset our thinking about what is possible, reset our behaviors, and reset our actions. Me and you know, as God met Moses, some of the things that we will do right. Me not call no name. Me not bite no finger. God all away guilty sometime. But that no means say we will continue and do the same thing over and over and over. We have to make the change. We have to be the agent of change. So because you come from a poor family, that don't mean say you have to dead poor. That don't mean say because you come from a certain community, you can't achieve. We have so many success stories, but it depends on the narrative that we want to believe and the narrative which we want to adopt. As we say in Jamaica, I know where you come from and where you go. God bless the man and the woman that has her own and his own. The heights of great men reach and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward through the night. Hard work overcomes all difficulty, and smart work give you a nice, bright future. There are a few questions I want us to contemplate this evening as we talk. How can we transform ourselves, and by extension, our communities, and even by further extension, our country? And how can we be the change that we want to see? What if, picture this for a moment, what if we all had a shift in mindset and put our hands and hearts together, picture it, and work together so that we can fix Jamaica and get the country that we truly desire and really that we truly deserve. Personal transformation is possible when we change our mindset and our values as to how we see each other and how we see ourselves. I am excited to share a wonderful story of change and transformation right now, as this young man provides an example of what can happen when we take a stand for our lives and the lives of others and walk the walk of transformation. John Meeks, in his own way, took responsibility for negative thinking, changed his mind about what was possible, found his purpose, and made a new choice. Welcome, John, as he shares his story. Hi, John. How are you doing tonight?
I am good, thank you.
Very well, sir, and very strong at that, too. Sure. So, John, a lot of people are watching tonight, and oftentimes people feel stuck. They feel like they cannot extricate themselves from poverty or the negative mindset. But you are a living example of what is possible. So talk to us a little bit about how did you see the world and how did you change your mindset so you're now in a different place?
All right, so good evening, Jamaica. All right, so I've had a very difficult and poor upbringing. 15 siblings, and I always say to people, sometimes you 6, 7, 8 persons sleeping on one bed, or your bed was stuffed with grass or banana leaf on the floor, and you had an abusive household. Your mother had to run away several times, and so, you know, I spent some years in foster care. You know, the whole works. That's you know, to learn that story. But growing up, it was difficult. Poverty. I also encountered situations where friends of mine were doing drugs. I remember one Christmas, I was young then, maybe about 13, 14, and I saw someone playing with something, and I thought this was a toy. And he looked at me and he said, "Yours is in the box, you know." And I said, "Wow." So I had those challenges, I had those encounters.
Yes.
But, you know, when you have positive influences, your mother, well, I started going to church, so you had people in the church talking to you. You had community people who would talk to you. I used to clean people's pig pen, chop people's yard, that kind of stuff, yeah. You just couldn't find it. I tell people, sometimes you didn't eat for a week. I mean, literally never eat for a week.
While in Jamaica?
While in Jamaica here. I grew up in a community called Georges Valley, so if there is anybody listening, you know that the story is true.
Hey, Georges Valley. Anybody in here from Georges Valley? All Georges Valley massive, please represent on social media. Where is Georges Valley, sir?
Manchester. That's Manchester.
Okay,
it's
right.
Yeah. So it's about 5 minutes out of the town of Mandeville. So, yeah, there were those challenges. And Georges Valley, as a matter of fact, is a renowned, as a policing, from a policing perspective, is one of the hot spots. Yes, a lot of crime and violence. A lot of youngsters would have died, either by gunmen or police would have had to come in. And so I remember one lady saying to me, can anything good come from Georges Valley? The same statement that was made about Jesus, can anything good come from Nazareth?
Exactly.
Yes, and so I went for a job actually, and she said Georges Valley, and when I said Georges Valley, she literally shirked.
Yes.
It's like she was saying, how could they allow someone from that community to be in the same space with me?
So let me ask you though, what was the moment that changed your life? And how did you decide that, listen, I may be from Georges Valley, but I'm not going to be in the valley and allow that to define my future and my potential?
All right, so it's going to be a collective of things, and sometimes you can't put your hand. That's the thing about transformation. You can't put your hand on the single thing, but there's a combination of several things. But I'll say it quickly. So I remember going to Mayday Secondary School, and there was an agricultural teacher, and he saw me, and he said, I'm forgetting his name, a young man though. He said, you know, you have talent, you're bright. He said that you're bright. You're talking to a child who had to go to a canteen for lunch, and I will say this on public TV, when you couldn't get it, you had to eat out of the bin. I literally did that to survive. It was that difficult. And so he brought me one side one day and he said, you know, you're bright. I think you should go to Elim Agricultural School. And so he encouraged me. The teachers said, yes, we think it's a good idea. This little boy is bright, although he's challenged with these circumstances. And they collected some funds and said I should go and take the test. Now, the money was not enough. And so when I went to my father at the time and said, okay, listen, I need some money, he said to me, I don't have the money. Maybe you should just give me what you have so I can use it to do something else. So while I'm not trying to cast any bad things, it's just a part of the story. And so I didn't get to go. And so after the summer holidays, I went back to school. The teachers were very upset. Some of them started cursing me out, you know. And I explained to them the situation. And of course, they collected some funds again, gave it to me. I took the test, got through for Elim Agricultural School. So you had some teachers, Mrs. Bryan, Miss Monteith, I think she's dead now, Miss Forbes, the whole works. And so I did the test, passed it, and interestingly did well enough so that I got a scholarship from Appleton. Yes. So it was very difficult to find the fee, so I did well enough, got the scholarship from Appleton Estate and was not required to pay the funds. And I tell you, I came across a person like Miss Thomasine Seeley. She's still alive. This was the host mother.
Yes.
And she took me under her arms. She would give me food. She would bring a tissue here. She would bring, there are times I didn't have soap, and she brought soap.
So your guardian angels were many.
Yes, and so from that point on, and I started, you know, just improving, and it just got better. But I want to tell every young person sitting out there that keep your eyes on the positive.
Yes.
There's negative and there's positive. It's about a matter of choice.
So you are now a mentor. So
Yes.
talk to me about how important is it for you to mentor young boys and young girls now from your own experience, not just writing a book or reading a book and regurgitating some things, but you live that something that you walk the walk and now you can talk the talk.
Interestingly. All right, so having come through all of that and being where I am now, I'm no billionaire, I'm no millionaire,
Yes.
but I have.
But the billions are coming. Don't worry.
Yes.
Call it down. Call it
And
in.
even if it doesn't come, my Bible tells me a man's life consistent not in the abundance of things he has. But you
Yes.
see the principles you live by, the contentment and the peace of mind. So here's the story. So in terms of helping to transforming others, it's as if the wounded healer, the transformed becomes the transformer. So having left college, having left school, I decided I want to help people to help
Yes,
themselves.
absolutely.
Simple. It's
Wonderful.
a purpose. You have to find your purpose. You find a purpose, and you find the real meaning of living. And so I started.
Yes.
So I started out working with a little NGO in Albert Town, Trelawney, called Southern Trelawney Environmental Agency.
Yes.
Learned community dynamics, recognize that, hey, when people get access to resources, they can thrive. And so
Yes.
from that point, I work with Jamaica Social Investment Fund. I've done some work with USAID Commit too. And from that, I've just found that helping people, especially young people, and I'll tell this story because of the interest of time. I had worked with Heart NYS at the time. They used to do these boot camps every
Yes.
year, and I worked as the center manager that year. I told my story, and that was it. I remember while I was working at Jamaica Social Investment Fund as their project officer there, I was sitting in New Kingston having lunch, and there was this young man looking at me, and I got a little, you know, as this young man pre me, yeah. And I got uncomfortable. And he stood there looking at me. And he came a little close and he said, "You don't know me?" I said, "No, I don't know you."
Yes.
And he said, "Spare me 1 minute of your time, sir." I said, "Okay, go ahead." He said, "Do you remember such and such a camp at such and such a place?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, sir, that night you told your story, I want to tell you, I came to that camp only because my mother threatened to call the police on me."
Yes.
He said, "When you were done telling your story, I called the men who had given me drugs to sell. I called the men who had given me guns, and I told them where it was, where the drugs was, where the guns were, to take it back. Sir," he said to me, "if you ever wonder where all your efforts have gone, remember this one thing." And he looked me in the eye, nicely dressed. He said, "I'm working at a computer place. I'm the supervisor." He said, "Sir, remember this. Your actions, your words, your story took one gunman off the street."
Wow,
and he
amazing.
left.
Give him a resounding round of applause, everybody. This is what we're talking about, transforming lives in a real and tangible way. And sharing your story can make a difference. Many times people hide from their past or hide from their transgression or hide from their weaknesses. But many times others can see your weakness because it's in them. But they can also see your strength. And if you can overcome, it is also possible for them to do so. Please clap this gentleman right here, the transformer. Thank you so much. We're going to go to a break, and we have lots more, so please stick and stay right here. It's all about Project Star, and we are all stars.
As I raise my right hand and I take this oath.
The private sector realized that there's much more to the JCF than you'd expect in terms of it's not just about crime fighting. It's about being peace officers. It's about being part of a community. We spend the time there all the time. And so we fulfill a critical role. There's no day that passes that the JCF is not reaching out to communities and to the public in ways that are not part of traditional police. We see a problem with domestic violence, and so we've created domestic violence centers along with partners. So the domestic violence centers in Jamaica are really run by the police. We have trained managers for these centers, and it's just recognizing a problem within the community, within the society that needs a solution, and we fit ourselves into it. The private sector organization of Jamaica, which has many stakeholders within it, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, as you say, as one of the most pervasive groups in the country, and has a reach out there, but also is engaged in similar type activities as the private sector wants to get engaged in. And so there's almost a natural synergy that we get from operating together. Project Star, as an expansion, it recognizes that it's not about just the police and the private sector. It has to be about everyone, and most importantly, the community itself. So the whole structure of it has significant determination of where we go with it by the community that is being affected. And it also aligns with the goals and strategies of the citizen security plan that is being rolled out as a government side of it. So it's not in conflict with it. As a matter of fact, they're going to complement each other. So we recognize, although we don't get a monetary return, we know that when we deal with the 2,900 domestic violence cases since the beginning of the year, that will save us out of that a number of violent incidents that can flow from that if we don't intervene. So that's our profit, and our profit also is that the relationships
to build with the community. It is consistent with one of our pillars, the stakeholder engagement. It's consistent with our policing plan. But more importantly, it is a part of us being a force for good. You being private sector, person in the community, taxi, bus driver, vendor, businessman. And then when you get that, you get one people, one vision, one future. To serve and protect.
Jamaica, home of the resilient, passionate and hard-working. A people and a nation who have achieved and defied all odds, working to keep their economy growing, their country thriving, from investments made in innovative opportunities and exports demanded globally. We have a vision, now within our grasp, where Jamaica becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. We will not let go of this vision. We will grow. We will overcome these challenging times and look to the future with hope and positivity. These are special times. The world as we know it has changed, but home will always be in our hearts. And in Jamaica, you can always find a home. Think you know Jamaica? Look again. You will be surprised.
Here is a special parenting message brought to you by the National Family Planning Board, 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5. The way we treat our children directly impacts what they believe about themselves. That was a special parenting message brought to you by the National Family Planning Board, 5 Sylvan Avenue, Kingston 5.
No one is immune to mental illness. Your age, race, gender, social class, or economic status is no match for addictive behaviors, anxiety or eating disorders, depression or schizophrenia. What is having a good social support system. As the saying goes, in times of test, family is best. Unfortunately, many are denied the benefit of the support of family and friends because of stigma and an oppressive silence around mental illness. Let's put an end to the silence.
Speak up. Speak now.
End the stigma.
Share your story.
End the stigma.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
I'm looking for a successful career in being a software developer, a software engineer, and I want to create softwares or apps for myself. So I want to gather a team with my colleagues to execute the visions that I have or even visions that they have as well.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Let's be clear. Tobacco use is associated with several cancers, lung and heart-related diseases. Smoking harms nearly every organ in the human body and contributes to impotence, impaired vision, bad breath, discolored fingernails, and teeth. E-cigarettes, e-cigs, or electronic nicotine delivery systems, ENDS, can be just as harmful. Many of the e-liquids in e-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is addictive and toxic. Nicotine use can also disrupt adolescent brain development. Early use of e-cigarettes also increases the likelihood of tobacco addiction in later years and can result in a graduation to even more dangerous substances. Besides nicotine, some e-cigarettes contain other harmful substances, including heavy metals like lead, volatile organic compounds, cancer-causing chemicals, and tiny particles that penetrate deep into the lungs. E-cigs, whether they contain nicotine or not, can also cause injuries from fires and explosions from batteries. Children and adults have been poisoned by swallowing, breathing, or
collaboration with the Jamaica Constabulary Force. In 2013, private, public, and civil society sectors came together to establish the Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC, as a way to monitor and watch over the country's economic agreement with the IMF at the time. Like EPOC, Project STAR wants to bring everybody together to collaborate in a structured and deliberate way to form a sustainable transformation. But before we get there, if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you so very much. You are a star and you're watching Project STAR. Now, before we go to that, Triple X has been here and is watching the social media space. And I'm quite interested to hear from him as to what you all are saying over there. Triple X, how are you? Hola.
Yes, all right.
How are you?
I am good in Miss Kitty.
Buenas noches.
Me not talk
¿Cómo
French.
estás? Muy bien, gracias, señor. Y Triple X.
Open up was here because of
Not at all.
Okay. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and this is the launch of an initiative that I'm sure that every well-thinking Jamaican wants to be a part of. And as Miss Kitty has been reiterating, it starts with everyone. It's from every person right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. And you know they are foreign too, in the diaspora. The people them love drive with the Jamaica license plate cover and the seat cover them and the little punching bag with the Jamaica right pan it a foreign.
Yes.
Uno can contribute too.
Yes.
So we're asking everyone right now, if you are at home and you are watching this, I'm asking you to tweet about this, put it out at Project STAR so that people can know, because it don't make no sense to do that something and nobody don't know about
Triple,
it.
and we want them to use the hashtag everybody forward.
See
everybody FAHWUD. But Triple, talk to us about what you thought about John's story, his remarkable transformation by changing his mindset. He became a star.
Kitty, you know, me easy, my eye water them near, you know. Me easy for ball, you know.
Yes.
I feel my top lip tremble when the man talk a while ago, you know. Because what he's saying, he shows that you don't have to spend any money, you don't have to wait on anybody. Sometimes just your experiences, what you have garnered for yourself, just relating those to somebody else can help that person to elevate themselves and bring themselves and breach the borders of poverty, breach the borders of criminality, breach the borders of insignificance. So we as Jamaicans have to really and truly look into ourselves and ask ourselves, what is it that we can do to make our space better? And if everyone individually makes their space better, it's going to have a transformative change for the entire Jamaica to get better in that. And if you never really and truly sit that one and listen what that man there say a while ago, and you don't feel one heavy feeling in your stomach, and it a rest by your diaphragm, if you don't feel that, why, Jamaica, just go and watch, man, because trust me, by the end of this program, I can guarantee you that every single individual who has paid attention to this presentation tonight will know for a fact that you truly can make a change for Jamaica. Right, Miss Kitty?
Well, definitely, Triple. And, you know, you made a good point a while ago, a very salient point that I want to, go back to say that, you know, it takes cash to care, but you don't have to have cash to care.
Exactly.
You can also be there, your presence, your example, just by caring, giving somebody some food, giving somebody a helping hand, giving somebody some water. So yes, it's all well and good if we have the money and we need MONEY, but sometimes just a prayer, triple, enough of we are surviving in Jamaica, power granny prayers, power mother prayers, power your neighbor's prayers, from your sister prayers. And so prayers are also very important. And so what did you think about his mention of mentorship? He says he now mentors boys and girls. How important is mentorship to you?
I think that mentorship in Jamaica is something that we really need to get back to. When I was going to Kingston College, we used to have old boys come in and speak with us from first farm. And my mother used to say it's a form of indoctrination, but I honestly believe that that was something that was extremely impactful to us now. I think a lot of young people now in Jamaica don't see a positive way out by focusing. Like, I think that hard work stories and stories of people really beating the odds are not put out there as much as it should be. And there are a lot of persons that have a lot to contribute, especially in this new age where we see that there are many ways to be successful apart from being a doctor or a lawyer like yourself. There are many ways. There are places where persons who really and truly can't really add so wonderfully can go there and
have something to teach.
Them have something to teach and something to share. Yes. Because right now, I am telling you, the way the world is running right now, it's better that we as ourselves go out there and share our stories with each individual. The farmers can go out there and show them how lucrative it is to farm same way. The tradesmen can go out there and show them how lucrative it. Right now, everybody, once upon a time, you could have one bed and it's shaped like table and nobody no business about it. Everybody bed have to intelligent now, it have to have a head.
That's
Everybody bed have to have a head now. So as a craftsman, as a tradesman, you can go into schools and show them, say, listen to me now, you see that bed there? It cost me $15,000 worth of material to make it, and I can sell it back for $80,000.
That's right.
And I can do 3 of these in 2 weeks. You understand? A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of persons look at it and say, okay, we are choppy line, and the line get chopped.
And we're not going to chop the line triple,
exactly,
because if you chop the line, you're going to get chopped.
And we
don't want to get
exactly.
that.
And when you do that now, people feel like it's all a bed of roses.
Yes.
And what I'm loving right now is the initiative that the JCF is showing that you do criminality, you will be caught.
Definitely.
You will be caught.
You will be doing the
so
time.
it is much more lucrative to focus on your skills, hone them, and know that you can sleep well at night, and nobody from JCF or MOCA is going to beat down your door in the night.
I can't do that, because when they come, I'm saying, officer, let me tell you how it goes. Let me tell you, me, sir, you're not, when the prisoner go clunk, no, sir, let me tell you how it goes.
Exactly.
You understand? Triple, thank you so very much. Give Triple X a resounding round of applause there, please. Very important that we share our stories, okay? And we need to go back to the days where a community raised a child. Everybody have to look out for each other. Guys, one thing COVID-19 has taught us is that no man is an island, no man stands alone. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. If it's even somebody to look on your children while you're gonna work. If it's even somebody to guide your children. You say them do the wrong thing out a road, them come and them know, say, even though their mother or their father isn't there, auntie so-and-so is there, or Mr. so-and-so is there. So those things are important. And again, I beseech you, let us get back to community love. Let us get back to that oneness where together Jamaica can be beautiful. Now, I'm going to be showing you this video from Keith Duncan, the president of the PSOJ and co-chair of Project Star, sharing how the wins of Epoch have been put into Project Star to create even bigger winnings for Jamaica.
We're at another juncture in our history. Our communities are suffering. Our people are under pressure. This manifests in crime and violence. It's time to come together the same way we came together and we put in place EPOC, the Economic Program Oversight Committee, and we were able to move Jamaica out of the financial crisis to a place where we have a degree of macroeconomic stability. Jamaica has been in a place before, had a deep financial crisis. We had macro instability, we had runaway inflation. It's time for us now to come together because we have major issues in our hands. We have a crime epidemic. We have education that's not delivering what we wanted to deliver. We have communities that are not fulfilling their potential. We have to invest in our people, human capital development, social and community transformation. And that's why we're here. Project Star to have the same all of Jamaica approach to dealing with the critical issues that we must address as a country.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, using the epoch model, the designers of Project Star said, what if we turned our attention to the success of our people? The leaders owned the transformation and were accountable to each other, supported the sustained transformation to a fiscally strong system. We can do it again. We do it already, and we can do it again if we decide enough is enough. And if we decide that it is time for our people and our communities to have the opportunity to thrive, not just some, but for all to thrive. And here, tonight, we're launching this initiative, which is an all-of-society, all-hands-on-deck effort to make real change and real transformation. Thank you so very much, Keith. And now from Keith, we have the beautiful Safri here with me. Come, Safri, in the frame. Now, Safri, a woman who has spent the better part of the last 25 years working in communities in Jamaica and now leads the Project Star team. Everybody welcome Safri!
Thank you, Miss Kitty. Everybody forward. And that is the call to action from Project Star. Because there's something that we each can communicate to bring the change we want to see. Right, Donna? It's important that the change is getting to the mindset of, well, all of us, the way we see ourselves, each other, our potential, and all that is Project Star, incorporating this in the work that will happen over the next 5 years.
All right, so Safri, I mean, you know, this is a wonderful opportunity for all Jamaicans to get involved.
Right.
For far too long, many of us have taken a hands-off approach and a standoff approach, and we need to change that. And that is what Project Star is here to transform, revolutionize, so that each of us as Jamaicans know that it rests with us. It is in our hands. So talk to us about how can we all get involved, what we need to do.
Well, part of it is that we believe in certain principles, right? We believe in the potential of all Jamaicans. We believe that all communities can thrive. And we also believe that all of society must play a part in driving this solution. Project Star is about these principles. We have very clear indicators of change, and we are working with all of society to make sure that we deliver this. So here's a little bit about Project Star.
Yes, ma'am.
Which all Jamaicans at home and abroad can come together and contribute to the transformation of a society, where as one people, we work together to transform ourselves and our communities, creating a Jamaica where we are all valued and where we can all thrive. Project Star is a PSOJ project in partnership with the JCF. It is a 5-year social and economic transformation program, which will add 5 key elements to the goal of transformation for communities and Jamaica as a whole. 1, Star is community-led and it is youth-informed. 2, it is driven by data, measurement, and ongoing learning. 3, engagement and mindset change is central to the social transformation we seek. This goes hand in hand with our drive for 4, which is economic transformation, both at the individual level and at the community level. And 5, coordination and accountability ensures that we deliver Star in an inclusive, integrated, and transparent way. All of these elements of Project Star are underpinned by a whole-away approach.
As someone who has been doing community development work for over 2 decades, I support the way Project Star is putting people at the heart of things. From day one, we have to establish some level of agreement with the community on plans and strategies. Residents must have ownership of their program that is addressing their needs. Why do I say this? Because the culture in every community differs. There is always some dynamics at play. Listen and be aware. Yes, we must listen. It takes commitment. but it's an investment in time that always pays off if you want genuine transformation. So yes, I am heartened by Project STAR's approach. I am also very heartened by the leadership, particularly Software Brown, who, like myself, has 25 years experience in the trenches and who listen to understand in order to provide the right solutions. Yes, my friends, listening to people is everything.
Project STAR is a youth-driven initiative that believes the voice of the youth is important. As young people, the time to take ownership of our future is now. The voice of the youth will be an integral part of the decision and the design-making process of Project STAR to identify, recommend, and support strategies to engage young people. As young people, we will use our voices to help build a legacy for this generation and others to come by working together to create a future that is prosperous among all age groups. Firm and strong, youthful and vibrant, Project STAR.
One of the foundations of this project is the use of data, measurement, and learning to inform the thinking and planning. Data mapping of on-the-ground assets allows us to understand trends and patterns and individualize our approach, seeing how different environments inform different behavior, different social indicators, different types of violence, and therefore different solutions.
And we don't stop with one look at the data. It is in consistently looking at the data from what's going on the ground and in honoring the insights of those people who are living it, who have been doing the work, that we aim to make this project a learning project. Project STAR is not looking to reinvent any wheels. We humbly hope to better support, link, and scale those things that are already working and to move into those gaps that are so evident. We aim over time to better understand and to build together those holistic models for sustained social and economic development in our communities. Why? Because we believe it is possible.
After 30+ years of working in communities, we know the importance of effective engagement within communities and the difference that makes in building strong relationships and creating a culture of trust and support. Our philosophy is based on the premise that both the police and the community must work together to identify, prioritize, and solve contemporary problems. In partnership with STAR, we believe that this will happen.
But to sustain social change, economic transformation is also critical. STAR will work closely with the communities, employers, and businesses, both local and in the diaspora, to deliver a community economic transformation model. This model will increase access to jobs within and outside of the community, build opportunities for entrepreneurs, create investment within the community, and set up people and the community to thrive. At STAR, we will work with businesses towards providing a more conducive, enabling work environment. Providing hope and opportunities, together we will work with stakeholders and partners so that our fellow Jamaicans may live their purpose and realize their dreams. Our vision is that communities are empowered, strengthened, and resourced to become places where people love to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Project STAR is most importantly a whole of society approach. Like its name suggests, it goes beyond violence prevention to social transformation and renewal. The kind of transformation that brings together all sections of society and all Jamaicans in the recognition that we are all accountable. And this requires everyone's ownership of the transformation. It is an impact and change-focused project. Our accountability extends beyond just effective and efficient resource management and stakeholder reporting to the achievement of real change and sustained transformation. Using the model that worked with EPOC and applying that to community transformation, STAR has designed a roadmap for an all-of-society collaboration that is robust and transparent. With the defined outcomes and KPIs, we hold ourselves accountable and will report regularly to our fellow Jamaicans.
STAR provides a solution that requires a paradigm shift, a shift in perspective from me to we, from them to us, a solution that sees positive change as possible when we value, respect, and accept and include all Jamaicans, a solution that renews the words of the pledge so that we all act in service of our fellow citizens, promising to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, creating a prosperous future for everyone.
Love over fear, positivity over negativity, understanding over judgment, oneness over division. We are one community. Everyone is valued, and what we each do matters. Together, we thrive. We are One Love Jamaica. Are ready? Everybody, forward.
Now, everybody forward, everybody forward, everybody forward. Absolutely amazing. And we all can forward so we can move forward together. And that is the call to action from Project STAR. I don't know about you, but I feel so positive right now. The positivity just a overload and a turnover, and that's exactly what we want. And when you approach life from a positive mindset, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, believe me, there is nothing that you can't achieve. You can move mountains with the right mindset. We don't say no weapon can farm against we know, but none we farm shall not prosper. God help those who help themselves. And you can be your own superhero and by extension be a superhero for others. Now there is something that we each can contribute to bring change and be the change and be the blessing that we want to see. Now tonight, as I said before, you know, everybody leave degree outside, name outside and all of that. We're just one. I'm Auntie Miss Kitty tonight. You know, on stage we have Auntie Claudette. Is that Uncle Alvin over there? And then we have Uncle Anthony. And by the way, parents, children should know, when you see big people, it is Auntie so-and-so and Uncle so-and-so. Respect due every time. So we have Auntie Claudette, we have Uncle Alvin, we have Uncle Anthony, we have Uncle Sasko, a rich uncle, yeah. And then now we have Uncle Keith, the richer uncle. The uncle when him come, he might give you some US. The uncle when him come, you just want to go shop for him because he's that uncle, okay? The uncle that's going to make everything all right. If your mother they going to beat you, she not bother beat you because Uncle Keith said, don't beat him. Show him some love. Give him a hug up. No bother beat him. Uncle Keith to the rescue right here. And then now we have Auntie Good as Dana right here in a real life. The auntie will come from foreign with all the things. The auntie when they go our yard, she said take everything. Anything you see, just take it and go on, my picnic. Go on, my darling, take it. And you're just dying to go to Auntie Donna's house because you know that you're going to be in a place where you're safe, where you're loved, where you get a lot of reassurance. And Auntie Donna is going to encourage you, speak life into you, and let you know that you can conquer the world and be whatever you want to be and make you feel like you're a superhuman. Auntie Donna, how you doing, girl?
I am on top of the... Hear me? No. Oh, yes. Good. Good evening, Jamaica! Woo! No, listen now. A new day we are defending right here. Right, Miss Kitty?
Yes, honey.
Okay. No, what I was going to say, everybody said it already. All right? But, because it's a mindset thing, we're saying that, listen, we are defending mindset change. You understand? But we're saying we're ready. You know, here Miss Kitty said, enough is enough. And guess what we're saying is that, number one, the way this thing are going to change is if we decide enough is enough. We're done. We're done. Not true, Triple X. What you say? So what we are saying is that everybody, the mindset changes all of us. All of us.
Yes.
You know, the uptown people like me, so, right? We don't like, you know, we kind of...
No, not we, Auntie Donna, you.
No, me.
No, me, midtown. Me midtown. Me no uptown.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that
That's you.
Some of us, right? You never uptown.
No, I go uptown. I don't live there. I just travel past there. I'm hoping that Project Star can help us to all reach there because we want a better Jamaica, so we all can have up there and look down with our nice hot chocolate on our balcony.
That is it.
Because I want to be on the balcony. That's right. Anybody who want to go uptown, say uptown.
Yeah, yeah.
Say Project Star.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So the thing is, so we're saying Jamaica, Jamaicans here, Jamaicans overseas, anywhere you're there. The biggest powerful thing we can do right now is decide, say, we are changing our mind.
Yes.
And enough is enough. And we are now ready to come forward, everybody forward, and come together. We're going to change the future of Jamaica.
But Auntie Donna, you know what I wanted to say?
Yeah, ask me the question.
The fact that when I noticed that when we're overseas as Jamaicans, we're overly proud. We wear our colors with pride, and we're proud to say, well, I'm Jamaican, and you want the Jamaican things, them. I want to transpose that attitude, that mindset of pride and dignity right here a yard.
Absolutely.
So I don't have to be proud only when I'm overseas, but I'm proud of Jamaica right in a Jamaica. And I walk with that sense of pride, dignity, integrity, that because I love my nation, I am going to do what is right. Yeah. I am going to contribute to the growth and development. So the foreigner, they have the flag, and they have the punching bag that Triple X mentioned earlier, and them want the things, man, we're Jamaican, we are yardy. Yo, you come from yard, we are yardy. Yeah, we want that kind of pride, love right here in Jamaica.
And that is the thing. So one more thing I want to tell you about Project Star is that we're going to do the work.
Yes.
To really build, we're going to train and we have those hard conversations.
Yes.
With ourselves and each other. The self-reflection. Hold ourselves accountable. If we say love, I love we say.
Definitely.
If I love over fear, I love we say.
Yes.
That means to say we have to hold each other accountable. Miss Kitty, if you fall off, me have to hold you accountable. And if I fall off, you have to hold me accountable.
Yes.
So we're saying in Project Star, we are going to stand to walk our talk.
So Auntie Donna, so persons watching right now on television and watching on social media, if they want their communities to be a part of Project Star, how them can get started, Star?
Yeah, man, and that'll come up soon. I know me if you answer that question.
Oh, sorry. Show me.
Yeah, man, so I can come in with that. You can't know everybody ready. I can come in with that part. And that's really what I want to say, Miss Kitty.
Wonderful.
That, listen, we are standing for the values because we believe in every Jamaican.
Every Jamaican.
There's greatness in every one of us. Nobody born bad.
Yes.
Nobody born bad.
Yes.
We clear upon that.
Yes.
You understand? We say every Jamaican in one. Every Jamaican, Miss Kitty. That's what we believe in.
Teamwork
and we are
makes the
standing
dream work.
for that. Right?
We love that. Give Auntie Donna a round of applause, please. Our Uptown Auntie. That's right. You got to. Everybody needs an Uptown Auntie. Let me tell you. Uptown Auntie, you don't wash no plate because you have an Dan. Yes. Just make a light on. She make it things. Mr. Mike, man, Project Star. Let us just be a star.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Heartbeat of the world.
Register your alma mater